Okay, here we go. Here is the review. We're going to try to do this. All right. Um, just getting it done. Here's what we've got. An inversion. Oh, I should just say, this is the review of lesson 51 through 55, unit 13 from Alfred's Essentials of Music Theory, book 3. Okay, so let's just get it done. An inversion of a chord means the root is no longer on the bottom. Remember the word bottom. I often accidentally say root when I mean bottom, so be aware of that in case I make a mistake. In first inversion, the third of a triad is always on the bottom. Okay? In closed position, the notes of the chord are spaced within an octave. Rewrite the following triads in the first inversion. Add the chord symbol and the Roman numeral for each chord. Okay? So here we go. So we got C, E, G. We're doing closed position, first inversion. Okay, so it's all within an octave. So first inversion, it's always built on the third. So we'll just keep E, G there. And then we'll put the C on the bottom. Add the chord symbol. It's going to be C over E. Okay? Because the E is on the bottom, but it's still a C chord, so we call it C over E. Now it also wants the Roman numeral, so it's going to be 1, 6. Alright? Because look at 1 built on the E, and the C is a sixth above that, right? And remember, normally this is going to be 3, 6, right? Because the G is a third above, and the C is the sixth above the bottom of the note. Okay? So that's kind of the thinking on that. Alright, I'll let you check your work. I'm not going to get into a ton of explaining. I just kind of want to write it out so you can check your work. Alright, so here we have a B flat in the key signature, so F, A, C. Okay? So that means we are in the key of F, which means this is going to be our 1 chord. Okay, so 1, since we're doing first inversion, it's always going to be 1, 6 with the 1, 6, 3 implied. So in a first inversion, it's always built on the third, which in this case is A, F, A, C, and then we'll just throw that F up top. Okay, so that F from up there hops up there, and now we've got F for our chord, but it's built on A, so we're going to call it F over A. Alright, here we're in the key of B flat, right? B flat and E flat, those key signatures are back, so it's really important that you know those key signatures. So again, 1, 6, the 3 down there is implied, 1, 6, 3. Okay, so we know it's built on the third, so we're going to put our D right there. Sorry, I'm a little close there. So we're going to have our D there because in B flat, D, F, D is the third, so it's built on the third, D, F, and we're going to throw our B flat up there. It's going to be B flat over D. Next one, again, 1, 6, built on the third, G, B, D, which is B. Okay, so we got B, D, throw that G up top, okay? And then we've got G over B. Kind of looks like a 6, but let's say it's a G. Now here, oh, that was the key of G in case you're wondering. Now here, we've got the key of D, right? So you've got D, F sharp, A. So since it's built on the D, it's going to be our 1 chord. Turn it into first inversion. It's going to be 1, 6. Pretend it's 3, 1, 6, 3, because you know that's implied. It's going to be built on the third. What's the third of this chord? F sharp. A. Throw the D up top. We've got D over F sharp. Okay. Any questions about that? Feel free to email me. Send me a message. Here we go. Number 5. In second inversion, the fifth of a triad is always on the bottom, right? I always say that. In open position, the notes of the chord are spaced larger, or you could say more than an octave. If you said more, I would accept that too. Spaced more than an octave. Okay, number 7. Rewrite the following root position triads in second inversion. Add the chord symbol and the Roman numeral for each chord. So that means, again, we're going to do the Roman numeral and the chord symbol. Okay? So again, we're switching keys on all of these. Key of C, key of B flat, key of F with the B flat in the key signature. This has 2 flats, so that's going to be the key of B flat. That's going to be the key of G. That's going to be the key of D. And they're all probably going to be 1 chords. So here we go. C, E, G, right? So since we're in the key of C, no key signature. This is going to be 1, 6, 4 because we're in second inversion, okay? Second inversion is built on the 5th, so we're going to keep the 5th there, the G, and then we're going to go ahead and throw the C and the E up top, just like so, C, E. So that's going to be a C major chord still, because it doesn't matter what order the notes are, but it's over G, okay? So C built upon G, 1, 6, 4. Again, the figured bass lingo means 6, 4. That means above the bottom note, you add a 4th, which we have here in our C, and then you add a 6th above that, which we have here in our E, okay? So I'm going to try to cut down the explaining for the rest of these so you can just check your work, but that's basically how the rest of these work, okay? So here we go. Again, key of F, 1, 6, 4, built on the 5th. Add the other notes above, F over C. Okay, next one, 2 flats, B flat and E flat. We are in the key of B flat. Okay, so again, B flat, D, F. It's going to be our 1 chord because it's second inversion. It's 1, 6, 4. Okay, so here we've got built on the 5th, B flat, D, F. The 5th is F. And then we just go ahead and throw that B flat. We go ahead and throw the B flat and the D up here. B flat, ledger line, D. And then you've got B flat major over F because it's built on the F. All right, here's our root position. We're in the key of G because that's our 1 sharp. So we're going to go ahead and we know it's a 1 chord. We know they want second inversion because that's what the exercise is. Build it on the 5th, right? So root, 3rd, 5th. So that's going to be our bottom note. And we're just going to throw these up there, right? Boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom. G, B, D. Okay. So here we go. G major is still our chord over D. Last one, we're in the key of D, so we've got D, F sharp, A right there. And it's going to be 1, 6, 4, just like the rest of them because we're doing second inversion. And we're going to build it on the 5th, so just go ahead and put that 5th over there. Then we're going to put the root up an octave, which is D. So we're going to put our D right there. And then we're going to put our F sharp right there. Okay, so there you have it. And that's going to be D over A because it's a D major chord built on the A. Remember again, you can think of the 1, 6, 4. Okay, so it's 1, it's the 1 chord, D, F sharp, A. But the bottom note, remember, always think of your bottom note when you're doing figured bass. Okay, which is an A, and you go a 4th above that, which is your D, and you go a 6th above that A, which is your F sharp. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so number 8, if the root is on the bottom of a triad, it is in root position. Okay. Number 9, in closed position, the root in first and second inversions is the upper note of the interval of a 4th. might have been a little confusing with the wording. Remember, in closed position, the root in first and second inversions is the upper note of the interval of a fourth. Okay? Oh, I just realized I didn't finish number 8. It goes on. So the root, if the root is on the bottom of a triad, it is in root position. If the third is on the bottom, it is in first inversion, always. Okay? If the fifth is on the bottom, it is in second inversion, always. This is always true. Okay? How many inversions of the 5/7 chord are there? 3, because there's 4 notes. All right? So you got root position, which is not an inversion. Then you have first, second, and third inversion. Okay? Write the first, second, and third inversions for the following 5/7 chord. Use figured bass. Okay? So here we go. 5/7. So the next one, we're going to go ahead and write it out. So E7 over G sharp, right? So we're going to go ahead and put that G sharp on the bottom. So we know we're in E major, right? Because we have 3 sharps in our key signature. So put the G on the bottom because we know that the first inversion is always built on the third. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and start that. So E, G, we know it's going to be built on the G. We know that second inversion is going to be built on the fifth. 1, 3, 5. So we'll go ahead and move that B over there. And we know this is going to be built on the 7 for third inversion, so go ahead and move that D over there. And that gives you kind of a nice little starting point. And you can kind of see that in the chord symbols here. E7, root position. Why did my flash go off? Not really sure why my flash just went off. But we're going to carry on. Hopefully that doesn't destroy what you can see here. Okay, so anyway, you can see G sharp on the bottom there, B on the bottom, D on the bottom. We're just going to build the chords based on that. Okay, so we're going to go boom, 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 right? And you can see your chord there, right? E, G sharp, B, D. E, G sharp, B, D. It's just in a different order, okay? And that's going to be your 5, 6, 5. Remember that shorthand, okay? Because look at, you go 1, 3, 5. So that's where that 5 comes in. 1, 3, 5, 6. That's where that 6 is. Remember, originally it was 6, 5, 3, because that's a third up, a 5, and a 6. But you know, they changed it to abbreviate it to make it a little bit easier. Okay, we're going to build this on the B right here. Here we go. Bada bing. Bada boom. Bam. Again, same chord. E, G, sharp, B, D. Just in a different order, okay? Now here we're going to go 5, 4, 3, okay? Because above this, you've got 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3. So it's a fourth above, 2, 3, 4, and a third above. I'm sorry, I totally spaced out there. So that's fourth above. So you've got B, C, D, E. So the E is a fourth above the B, and the D is a third above the B. So that's where the 4, 3 comes in, right? 3, 4. Now originally this would have been 6, 4, 3. Okay. So instead of 6, 5, 3, it would have been 6, 4, 3. But anyway, moving on. D, we build it here. Boom, boom, boom. Again, same chord. E, G, B, D. G sharp. So E, G sharp, B, D. And that's going to be 5, 4, 2. Okay? So there's your 2, right? That's the second above the D to the E. and that's going to be the 4th above, okay? And this would normally be a 2, 4, 5. That would be a 5, 4, 2. But they just abbreviate it because it's the only one that would even be 4, 2, okay? So here we go. Next one. Chords that move from one to another are called a chord progression. Progression. All right. The 3 chords that contain all the notes of the major scales are the, and you should remember this from previous theory classes. If you don't, that's okay. We're going through it again. The 1, 4, and the 5 chords. And there's a million songs that have the 1, 4, 5 chord. That's certainly something you should know about. All right. 14. On the lower staff, rewrite the following chord progression using inversions. So there is a common tone between each chord. Indicate what position each chord is in using chord symbols and figured bass. Add the chord symbol and the Roman numeral for each chord. So that's a lot of stuff. But here we go. We're going to give it a shot. So we're going to keep all the 1 chords in root position. So that's a piece of cake. We can just do that right away, right? Just to get our headache out of here. So we got D, F sharp, A. That's just going to be our D major chord. We're in the key of D because there's 2 sharps. And that's just going to be our 1 chord for the Roman numeral. Go ahead and put lines if you want. All right, again, same thing down here. D, F sharp, A. That's just our D chord. And then we've got our 1 chord. And again for the last one, D, F sharp, A. Throw your D up there because it's D major, and that again is our 1 chord. So we're really only building 2 chords. It's not that hard, or it's not a lot of work, but it's still tricky. So again, remember, going to our 4 chord, whenever we go to our 4 chord, we want to make sure that we use second inversion. Okay, so going from 1 to the 4 chord, we're going to use second inversion. Going from the 1 to the 5 chord, we're going to use first inversion. Okay, so 1, 6, 4 is second inversion, and 5, 6, 5 is first inversion. Now, you can think about this in another way. There's so many ways to think about this that can help you, and you got to kind of find the one that triggers your memory. Okay, so if we know we're doing second inversion, moving to the 4 chord, because that's what we do. All right, we're going to keep our common tone. So second inversion is built on the 5th, right? So our 4 chord in the key of D is going to be D, E, F, G. It's going to be our G chord, so it's going to be G, B, D. So the common tone is going to be D. It's built on the 5th. G, B, D is the 4 chord. So you need your G, your B, and your D. There it is. Boom. Built on the 5th, 4 chord. Back to the 1 chord. Now we go on to our 5 chord. So our 5 chord in the key of D is going to be D, E, F, G, A. So it's going to be our A chord, right? And we know it's going to be first inversion, which is always built on the 3rd. This is so many rules, I know, but you'll get it. So our A chord, so we're just going to go ahead and say A there. And it's always built on the 3rd, so A, C, E. All right? So it's going to be A over C sharp because we are in the key of D, so we know we have the C sharp. So that's going to be A7 over C sharp. Sorry, I forgot to do this one. So it's G, which is our 4 chord, built on the D. So it's going to be G over D. All right. And then here we go. All right, there it is. That's your first inversion, okay? So A, C sharp, E, G. All right, so it's built on the 3rd, right? C sharp, A, C sharp, E, G. 5, 6, 5, and that's all we got to worry about, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to email me, message me, do whatever you got to do. Hope this helps, and I hope you could see, even though for some reason my flash went out. Best of luck.